I don't remember off the top of my head. There's 5 things you cannot disagree with your future spouse. You absolutely cannot disagree. You know, it's basically finances, religion. You're going to have a family or not in the future, and there's 2 other ones that are pretty important. And they disagreed. They had a conversation, and they disagreed on 3 out of the 5.
What are what the other 2?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself.
Okay, so the other 2 would be
Family, religion.
Yep. How you're going to spend time with each other's various families, right? How you
how close y'all are going to be.
You know, because sometimes like
holidays.
Correct. Yeah.
On holidays.
That you guys agree you're going to plan, and then that you guys have same core values. You know what I'm saying? So.
What do you mean by core values?
So like what you guys agree what's right from wrong, what's bullshit. Basically, it's called a drama test, right?
Yeah.
And that you guys can effectively communicate, and you're going to have disagreements, but it's not going to be over petty shit. If you're actually having like a disagreement, it's real, and you guys need to have a talk. It's not over who didn't make the bed or who didn't do the dishes shit.
Typically, if it's over petty shit, that means there's something else going wrong,
Correct.
and the petty shit's just building.
Correct.
Right.
So like they were aligned on that one, but they were not aligned on religion. They were not aligned on kids, which my son, he wants like 4 or 5 kids, and she wants none. But
that's not gonna fly.
But she wanted none because it's gonna have a bad impact on the environment.
What the fuck?
And I remember sitting there, I'm like, really?
Did you not slap her ass the moment she said that?
Well, I try. What I always try to do, especially because she was 21 at the time, right? And I was like, hey, explain that to me. Break that down to me. And I think I got her to see some light, because I'm not trying to change her mind all in one go, because that's not going to work, right? But I'm like, I want you to think about X, think about Y, think about Z.
Don't care about the environment. The environment has no sway on.
Exactly.
And the way we fight has no sway on it.
Damn, bro.
But he, he thought really logically. He'd been with this girl since his sophomore year in high school. They had a small breakup for about 6 months for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, and then he ended up back with her, right?
Yep, they got back together. Which I was like, I told him, like, I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I mean, that's not a good choice. That's never a good choice.
But I'm like, hey,
It's
listen,
like
I'm not
you
going to
guys
tell you.
broke up for a reason.
But hey,
has the reason changed?
He didn't get her pregnant.
Nope.
And that means that you taught your son the right lesson.
Yeah. So
as a father to a son.
And I think they were reaching where, he was going to be entering his senior year. She was going to be entering her senior year. I think she was because of some COVID shit and whatnot, she was about 6 months ahead of him, even though they graduated the same high school year. So she's going to graduate earlier. And so he already understood without me even saying to him, it's like, hey, once this ends, we need to make a decision on our future. Are we staying together? What are we doing? Because you start thinking about
that scared the shit out of her, I bet.
Well, no. It's just like, how my son thought. Because, when you were somebody, they've been together for like 5 years at this point, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a valid thing.
It's like, hey, where are we going, right? Because do I invest more time into this or not?
See, one thing my parents always said, getting into a relationship, it's going to end 2 ways.
Mm-hmm.
One is marriage.
Yep.
The other is you're breaking up.
Yeah.
So I went into every relationship ever. It was like, okay, where do I see myself in 6 months?
Yeah.
Do I see myself potentially wanting to propose to her?
Yeah.
If the answer is no, it's the latter.
Probably
I'm
should
breaking
be
up.
out of this relationship.
Yeah.